Hey, you have to bear with me because my microphone's not working very well, so I've just using my phone microphone, so I'll speak a bit louder and hopefully that should work. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to be looking at the new number one titles coming out in May 2023 from DC, Marvel and Image. Okay, so and there's a lot. There's a heck of a lot of number ones and quite a few I'm really tempted to get. So we'll start with DC first because it's my favourite company. So first from DC is Titans by Tom Taylor, yay, and Nicholas Scott, double yay. Both great artists, great writer, and it's leading on from the Nightwing comic because Titans, the new version of Titans has been introduced. What I love about it, it's the classic lineup of the Titans. So there's done away with the Teen Titan moniker because obviously they're all in the 20s. A lot of them in the late 20s now, but it is the classic lineup. So you've got Nightwing, Starfire, Cyborg, Wonder Girl, Beast Boy, Wally West, Flash, and Raven. And you notice how I just wheeled those names off because the new Teen Titans, Marvel Wolfman's Teen Titans, was my favourite and still is my favourite superhero comic of all time. So yeah, that's a definite buy for me. Bear with. This site, what I'm using, isn't very responsive. Yeah, so that's Titans number one, and that's retailing for $3.99, so just a nice average price. And I'm getting cover A for that. And after that, there's another huge title coming out. Two fantastic, fantastic artist and author team. Bear with me. And my drink today, Amaretto and Diet Coke. Lovely. So yes, Mark Waid, Dan Mora, more known for doing the World's Finest comic. They're now doing a Shazam ongoing, and I cannot wait for this. Unfortunately I dropped out of World's Finest in the first few issues because it just didn't grab me, but now I've seen it's become really good, and I'm really kicking myself. It's the one comic I regret stopping, and so I'll have to wait for the collections now. But it's the same team, and again, the artwork looks amazing. So yeah, so it looks like it's an ongoing. It's not giving it any indication that it's not. Like I said, Dan Moore on the artwork, Mark Waid on the writing. So
Sorry, I didn't find a group or device named Mark's Roku.
there we go. Thank you, Alexa, for your contribution. She always has to say something when I'm doing this. That's really thrown me. So yeah, so that's again $3.99 ongoing comic, and DC is killing it in May. Another one I am so desperate to get. It's one of my favourite comic characters is Green Lantern. I love the whole mythos of Green Lantern. DC do cosmic and space so well. And this is the A cover. But the cover I'm tempted with. I don't normally do the more $1 more expensive card covers, but this cover, this Sinestro one, is really grabbing my attention. I'm waiting for it to come up, but it's not doing it. So it's that one there, the hoodie. Well, it's got like a leather jacket hoodie combo. It just looks really cool. So yeah, ongoing Green Lantern comic, about bloody time. Cannot wait. Hold on, I'm rest of time. It's written by Jeremy Adams, art and cover by Manico. I'm not familiar with the artist. I might have seen the work, but the name doesn't ring a bell. But Jeremy Adams, of course, did the recent Flashpoint mini with Jeff Johns, and he's also the Flash artist, writer. And so he's did the main story, Green Lantern, featuring Hal Jordan, but there's a backup by Philip Kennedy Johnson with art by Montos, and that's featuring John Stewart. But people say, no, they're not doing the John Stewart manga, but they are. The John Stewart one is coming out later on. This is just like the introducing it. So that's going to be $4.99, 40 pages. So it's a thick book, and that'd be great. Definitely getting that. And another one I want to get. I don't believe this. This is expensive though. But it's a thick one, 64 pages, $7.99, and it's Batman: The Brave and the Bold anthology comic. And it's tempting. I don't normally like buying these more expensive prestige regular ongoings, but it's featuring talent like Tom King, who I love, Ed Brisson, who I love, Christopher Cantwell, who I'm not really that familiar with, and Dan Mora is writing as well, who normally does artwork. And you got the artists of Mitch Gerards, Jeff Spokes, Javier Rodriguez, and Dan Mora. 64 pages, and it's I think there's 4 different stories inside. Batman centric, but also featuring other characters as well from the DC universe. So very tempted with that. If it's a quiet week that week, I'll buy it. I mean, the covers are pretty dynamic. Those are just some of the covers. That's the main one. So DC, you'll see what I mean in a minute. The only other comic company I'm excited for really in May is Image, but DC are knocking it out of the park. They really are, and I keep on saying that. I need to change my catchphrase. So yeah, that's another new number 1, and then after that, there's Cyborg. These are some of the covers, and this is a 6-issue series, written by Morgan Hampson, who was part of the Milestone Initiative. That's where he got his writing chops from. So this is his first mainstream DC comic he's doing, and it's Cyborg's first new solo comic. Not his first one. And what I love is the redesign of Cyborg had gone back to the classic style. So he's not a sexless robot anymore. He's back to how he used to be, Vic Stone, and it's just great. I'm tempted with this as well. 6 issues, $3.99. Ooh, it's tempting, very tempting. And then, oh my god, I love when DC in particular do it so well. I love it when DC expand the diversity when they create original characters. You know, they don't just do what Marvel do, where they like Marvel with Iron Man, they turned it into Ironheart, but they basically flip the genders of a lot of characters. DC, what I love about DC, they create brand new characters, so they're not replacing the original characters. Or even when they replace the original characters, they still keep the original characters there. But what the focus on this time is on the series of Asian character centric comics, and the first one, I think they're all 6-issue series. The first one's a Chinese character, non-binary character as well, which is really great, fantastic, and all for diversity of all forms. And it's Spirit World. I just think this is a David Mack cover, but those covers look really good. And that's one I'm tempted with that, but I don't want to. But they're doing so many good alternative covers as well. So it's 6 issues each series, $3.99, and Spirit World is like more your mystic kind of character. So she has interactions with John Constantine. So again, that'd be good. And it's written by Alyssa Wong. I think she's currently doing Deadpool, if I'm not mistaken. But from what I gather, she's quite a solid writer, and it's drawn by Hanning, who I'm not familiar with. She's done the main cover, which is that one there. So again, another one I'm tempted with, and then after Spirit World, this one I'm gonna get just by the names associated with it. Ram V. Ram V. Got to keep on with my writer's crush. He's just my favourite writer at the moment, and it's The Vigil. And it's a team of South Asian heroes. Of course, if you're not familiar, Ram V's Asian himself, South Asian. And I've not got any idea what this team is about, and I don't want to know, so I'm not even reading the blurb, because I want it to be a nice, pleasant surprise, because I'm not being disappointed by anything that he does. 6 issues, $3.99. The artist is Lalit Kumar Sharma. I think I did that okay. I'm not familiar with his art style, but it looks really good. And yeah, I think this is more set around. I think it's more like Gotham Central, that one. So might have ties to Batman, etc. And there's a new one by Greg Pak, another 6-issue one. And this is, I think it's a Korean hero this time, called City Boy, and I love the design of this character. there we go. That's the cover. I just love it. I showed my daughter these, and she's quite excited about these, because she loves anything Korean culture and Japanese culture. So Greg Pak, solid writer. The artist is Minkyu Young. I'm not familiar with them. It looks like this character has power over the city, so he can like read the city and use the buildings in the city to change them to you, and his powers are somehow connected. So again, tempted, very tempted. Good writer. 6 issues, so it's not a big commitment. So yeah, this isn't a number 1, but it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a Batman 135, number 900. So it's a milestone comic, and it's Chip Zdarsky's final part of the that story's doing at the moment, where it's like a parallel universe version of Batman. I'm not jibing with Chip Zdarsky. It's well written, but it just doesn't feel like I'm reading a Batman comic. But I'll get it, because like I said, I can't not get it because I can't use the excuse that it's badly written, because it's not. And I do like him as a writer, so I've got faith that I'll end up warming to him, but it's just not connected with him. Whereas Ramvi on Detective, I love. And after that, there's a one-shot special, Power Girl special. It's by Lee Williams and drawn by Margit Savage. That's one of the covers. Just one shot, $5.99, 48 pages. The 10-page bit that they did in the last issue of Action Comics, I hated it. It was so bleh. I just didn't get it. It didn't read like Power Girl, so I'm going to give that a miss. And I think that's it for number 1s from DC, but that's enough. There's a load of new series there, and I love how they're doing brand new characters as well. So that's going to be so much fun. Look for May's going to be such an expensive month for me, because I'll give most DC new series a number 1 to try. And from there we move to Marvel. It's quite smooth. And in Marvel, the big number 1. Oh, hold on. Dramatic. And that is, excuse me, The Avengers by Jed MacKay, and who's the artist? C.F. Villa is the artist, and I'm tempted, but the only thing that puts me off is I hate Marvel, as I said in one of my previous videos, because the guarantees to do crossovers, and I can't stand crossovers. So I might buy the first issue with trepidation and just see how it goes. Like, I bought Miles Morales, and I said I knew it's my own fault, because when I got Miles Morales, it's great because it's independent, it's not going to be crossing over, and 2 months down the line it's going to cross over, so bye bye Miles. But I'm going to try it because I do like Jed MacKay, and it looks like classic Avengers. Vision's back in it. Scarlet Witch is in it, so it's my I love the Avengers when it's got a good mix of characters, and this one has 40 pages, $4.99. And let's see if there's anything else. Edge of the Spider-Verse number 1. No, not bothered. Bored with Spider-Man. They need to scrap what they're doing with Spider-Man and just do a huge reboot, start again from the ground. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Silk number 1 of 5, again another Spider-Man centric one, not bothered. Sorry about this. I don't know if you can tell, but Marvel's not my favourite at the moment. And this is pissing me off, pardon my French, but it is pissing me off. They're doing so many, Marvel's churning out so much crap, but they're doing weekly series as well now, and they're not cheap. I mean, $3.99 a week adds up on top of your normal regular series. So one of them they're doing is another Spider-Man 2099 Dark Genesis, but it's by Steve Orlando, and I don't think he's not got the voice of Spider-Man 2099. It's Peter David's baby, come on. But yeah, so that's coming out. 5 issues weekly. Bit boring. I don't get it. I don't get why they do this. It's money, isn't it? And then Carnage Reigns Alpha, another crossover, $7.99. My fucking god, no, ridiculous. So yeah, so there's another. Oh my god, and there's another thing. Extreme Venomverse #1 of 5, $4.99, and that is a weekly mini, and they're charging you $4.99 for each one. Crazy. No, I know where my money's going. So I'm definitely getting Avengers #1, and there's only one other #1 I'm getting from Marvel this month in May, and this is Storm. And the reason I'm getting I'm going to choose this cover as well because this cover is just badass. There we go. I don't know if that shows a bit of glare on my screen, but it's Storm. But it's set around the 80s period when she was Punk Storm with the Mohican. But that's not what was making me buy it, even though that is my favourite period of Storm. My favourite period of the X-Men was Paul Smith, John Romita Jr. period. But it's written by Ann Nocenti, who is one of the best female. She was a pioneer. She was like, I think it was her and Louise Simonson and Wendy Pini. They were like the only ones who female writers were like really making impacts in comics, mainstream comics, back in the 80s and 90s. Because obviously Ann Nocenti was famous for Daredevil, and her run of Daredevil is one of my favourites of all time. Pardon me. So definitely buying that. It's a 5-issue series, like I said, set in the 80s when it's Mohawk Storm. After that, the next think yeah, I think that's it for there's one more #1, but it's an annual, but I'm going to mention it because it looks intriguing, because it's Hulk related. Hulk annual #1. The Hulk ongoing series has been a travesty. I wanted to like it because I think Donny Cates is good, but I think Donny Cates is a good writer when he's writing his own creations. He just feels lazy on Marvel. And then obviously he dropped off, and then the artist has had to carry the book. But it looks like the team is changing because there is another one I need to show in a minute. But yeah, Hulk annual #1. And it's written by David Pepose, but the thing that's making it intriguing, they're also highlighting a new creative team in a backup story. So there is going to be, looks like they're going to be relaunching Hulk again later on in summer. So that's something to look out for, because I love the Hulk as a character, but he's just not been handled great for quite a while. And I think there's a Daredevil and Echo series coming out, but I can't find, which I think is just a cash-in because of they're doing Daredevil in Marvel, aren't they, in the Marvel TV series. But it's written by the guy from Black Eyed Peas. Forgot what his name is now. Trying to find it. It was on here, but I think I've scrolled down too far. Bear with me. Here's some music. Oh dear. Yeah, for some reason it scrolled me all the way down. Bear with me. This site is a bit weird for how it's laid out. Yes, so there's oh yeah, there's another miniseries. Yeah, it scrolled down so it skips a load of stuff. There's another one, another Carnage and Venom blah 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 miniseries called Cult of Carnage Misery #1. And I said, oh, the kid, it's just, oh no, it's too much. It's just DC. Well, I like what DC's done. There was one point where it felt like it was just Batman, but now bringing out so much new stuff, but each title's different. Marvel's just churning out loads of new titles, but they're all linked into other titles, and you've got to buy them all. But I don't think they don't realise that people can't afford to get everything, and it's what the storylines are always watered down because there's just too much content out there. Yeah, the other title is Daredevil Echo, and it's written by Taboo. That's it. And B, I've no idea what it's like as a writer. Phil knows some of the artwork, but I'm not interested. 4 issues, $4.99. Like I said, for the new number ones, it is for me just going to be Avengers and Storm from Marvel. The Dan Slott Spider-Man comics finishing with number 8. Yeah, there's another X-Men crossover. Big event, X-Men Before the Fall, Sons of X, one shot. $4.99. Crikey. So yeah, X-Men are doing another huge crossover, forcing you to buy all their titles so you get the whole story. And there's a new Ghost Rider apparently coming out, but I can't find it. Bear with me. I think this screen skips way ahead. Oh yeah, there's a Groot's number 1 of 4. I might get it in book form because it's written by the best Guardians writer, Dan Abnett. So those are the covers. And there's a new Demon Wars comic, Scarlet Sen. So focus on the Scarlet Witch. But yeah, there was another comic. There was a Ghost Rider one. I'm just trying to find it, but if I can't find it, I'll just tell you about it. But yeah, you know how they're doing these comics where they're like going back to the peak period, creative periods like 80s and 90s, like the Joe Fixit series, what they brought out recently, the Rogan Gambit series, and now the Storm one. Well, they're doing that with Ghost Rider. They're doing the Danny Ketch miniseries, and it's written by Howard Mackie. I can't remember who the artist is, but yeah, I'm going to have to call it because I can't. It's just not showing on the screen. So that's Marvel. So like I said, for Marvel, the only number ones I'm getting for that month will be Storm and Avengers. After that, hold on. Yeah, after that we're on to Image. I'll be doing another video in the next week, which will look at the other indie publishers, but we'll focus on Image because it's the biggest indie. And for May, there's a new comic coming out called Arcade Kings. 5 issues, and written by and drawn by Dylan Burnett, who did Ant-Man and Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's a prestige comic series, so it's a bit priced, but it'll be a thick one. $7.99. And it says it's perfect for fans of Invincible and Murder Falcon. It says, Joe, mysterious new face in Infinity City, has suddenly become the hottest new player at the Roundhouse Arcade. Anyone can challenge him, but no one can win. But Joe's secret past is about to catch up to him when his most formidable challenge yet rolls into town, forcing Joe to combo his powers with joystick, his fists, and his fighting family legacy. So, no. I'll wait for the book because it's $7.99. But there's one that does intrigue me, and it's from Simone Kredinsky, who was the Spawn artist from a while back, and it's a creator-owned series called Epic, something epic, and there's all these alternative covers, and sets with the Terminator tribute one. $3.99 ongoing series, and he's writing it as well as drawing it, and it looks like it's a fantasy story set up, but like modern day fantasy one, where fantasy, everything that you think about, so any comic characters you create, any fantasy characters you create, they come into the real world as well. So interesting. I'll have a look at that. Might wait for that to come in the shop, so I'll have a look in the shop. And then there's a new, almost like a Jack Kirby by way of Eric Larson, superhero comic coming out called Savage Strength of Starstorm. Looks like a cosmic one. Could fill your itch for like Invincible. And those are the two covers available. Just bear with, it's playing up. Okay, so that's $3.99. Yeah, got a bit of an Invincible, like a Nova kind of feel to it. That's one of the covers. This is Bleeding Cool site. This is Hopeless their site. And then after that, $3.99 ongoing. After that, there is another series, Star Signs. This one interests me because it's written by Saladin Ahmed, who was the Miles Morales writer before the current one. And this says constellations of the zodiac fall to Earth, granting 12 ordinary people from very different walks of life superhuman powers of the star signs. But each of them is about to learn the power comes with a price. So those are the covers. Ongoing, $3.99. Might give it a try. The Supermassive 20 to 23 one shots. I jumped out of Radiant Black and the rest of them early on because it's too much of a commitment. Too many titles. And I think that's it for the new number ones. Just going to scroll down. Yeah, looks like that's it. So, some interesting ones coming out from Image. They've got a lot of good stuff coming out already from Image. But the most underwhelming is Marvel because, again, they're just concentrating on big crossovers and milking Venom and Carnage, etc. for all the worth. Yeah. So Marvel, I'm just like, yeah. DC, I'm so excited for. Really, really excited for DC. Image has me interested in quite a few new titles. So yeah, May's going to be a good month. Going to be an expensive month because we've not even touched the other companies. I'll do those later on in the week. So let me know in the comments which ones you might be getting. Give us a thumbs up if you like this very waffly. Hopefully it sounds okay because, like I said, I'm having technical issues with my microphone, so I've had to just use my phone, normal microphone. And that's it for the moment. And I shall speak to you soon. Take care. Bye. Bye. Bye.